Very good evening, friends. This is Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. As we speak on 2nd January 2021, I am going to be highlighting a very important issue which is happening in the world of Indian capital markets initial public offer. There is alternate video which is also coming, but that is only coming for the people those who opted for our investment banking course. But before that, I'm very pleased to share that our news desk, which is whereby we are sharing exclusive news for the people covering derivatives, equities, commodities, Bosches, capital market, and everything, which help them people to take better decision is live. 150 members are enjoying this facility either on Telegram or WhatsApp. And this facility is around 6-7 days in a week and throughout the year. And we charging this facility is around 260 Indian rupee, which is around 3 US dollars and 5 Singapore dollars per year, so that maximum amount of retail investors can enjoy this facility and take their decisions better. If you wish to have this facility, you can definitely WhatsApp at 9818485155. 9818485155. Please be note that this is an Indian number. Now coming to the topic. Many people in the world only understand IPO, initial public offering. And the bookish definition of the IPO is, by the way, is when the company raises money first time. Or company is entering into the public markets and leaving a tag of private markets. But this is not the 100% correct definition of initial public offer. The correct definition of initial public offer, if you ask me, is that which initial public offer you wanted to talk about. Are you wanted to talk about primary initial public offer, or you wanted to talk about secondary initial public offer, or alternatively primary offering initial public offer or secondary offering initial public offer? The beloved media of India will never tell you because they themselves do not know this about. And I'm sure that 99% of the people, those who watching this video first time, heard that the IPO, the initial public offer, is of two types: primary offering and secondary offering. Now, primary offering means that, example, I'm just taking a complete hypothetical example. Primary offering means that there is a company called Ramlal Samosa Corporation. Just a hypothetical example. Ramlal Samosa Corporation is entering into the capital market whereby the promoters holding 75% stake and rest is by different financial institutions, those who lended the money. This Ramlal Samosa Corporation promoters, out of their 75% stake, would be offloading 35% to the public and raising the money, while the financial institutions, including private equity and venture capitalists, who helped Ramlal Samosa Corporation to grow as a big company, is not quitting the company. Now, which precisely means that the primary offering initial public offers only dilute the stake of promoters, while the private equity and the different financial institutions will not quit. It means that they still have a vision that they would continue to be with the company, and they feel that the private market value of the company would now be lesser than what public would be after listing of the IPO. One thing is secondary offering IPO, which means that Ramlal Samosa and Company having two promoters together 75% stake. While a venture capitalist out of 25%, he holds 10% stake. It means that when Ramlal Samosa and Company would be launching the IPO and diluting their stake to the tune of 35%, this venture capitalist will also sell his 10% stake, which is called secondary offering IPO. Our beloved Hindi media will never tell you whether this initial public offering is a primary offering IPO or a secondary offering IPO. In fact, finding that information is really very tough and you need to do the research. Treasury Consulting always do the research in that direction. And 99% people do not know or bother to know that these are the two type of IPOs actually exist. Now I got some data and statistics. Now let me explain. In 2015, there were 21 IPOs to the tune of 13,600 crores. 2016, 26 IPOs to the tune of 26,500 crores. 2017, 36 IPOs to the tune of 67,000 crores. 2018, 24 IPOs to the tune of 31,000 crores. 2019, only 16 IPOs to the tune of 13,000 crores, precisely 12,300 crores. 2020, only 15 IPOs, we understand the reason, to the tune of 26,600 crores. This is 115% in amount terms greater than 2019. But how many know that 53% of the money, which means 26,000 crores, 53% is more than 13,000 crores. More than 13,000 crores of the money raised via listing was private equity and venture capitalist exits. So assume out of this 26,000 crore, there is a company called Ramlal Samosa and Corporation. And they launched IPO of 1,000 crores. It means that private equity and venture capitalists also quitted out of this company. Am I supposed to tell you that why private equity and the venture capitalists exited from the company? As far as my understanding is concerned, I am an ex-corporate treasurer and day in, day out we deal with a financial institution. Private equity and the venture capitalists are those players, by the way, they even hold till the time they are not getting a feeling that either the company will go down or the whole economy will go down, or both. But as much as 53% of the money raised via initial public offering in 2020 were meant for private equity or venture capitalist exits, which was at least a 5-year high compared to 2019, 2018 and 2017 respectively. Shall I tell you? In 2017, this is 26%. In 2018, this is 29%. In 2019, this is 24%. Around 2017, 18, 19, around 25 to 30% of the funding raised was private equity or venture capitalist exit. And in 2020, this is 53%, which means around double. This is called secondary offering IPOs. And I'm sure that many retail investors would have invested their money in these IPOs. And that is the reason that these specific IPOs are getting debit gains. Now, I'm sure you're also not aware about debit gains. Debit gains means when the IPO is actually listed after the book building process. And I'm sure that the book building also not run in an efficient way. I'm sure about it. I have raised my concern that majority of the book building are either backtracked or they are pilot fishing or pilot marketing. I cannot explain everything here because that is covered in our investment banking desk. But to conclude the video, just remember that 53% of the money is raised in the form of secondary offering IPO in India in 2020. And as we speak, on 2nd January 2021, many unicorns, those who never touch profitability, will go ahead with IPO in India, and especially when the SoftBank is going private, and that is in public. If SoftBank is going private, which means when the funding part of the SoftBank will relieve a bit, and other venture capitalists will also relieve their funding part, you will see this 53% might be 80% in 2021. And I'm sure many retail investors would invest their money in these products. But are we really aware about these things? Definitely not. And that's why I always tell that the lack of knowledge is the most important thing we are having in the young generation. Because I'm sure that 99% of the people still thinking that I never heard what is primary offering IPO and what is secondary offering IPO. And 53% in 2020 is secondary offering. And you know how our Hindi media do? This IPO is subscribed 150 times. Go to hell. Whether this IPO is a primary offering or secondary offering, you tell that. Whether the private equity or the venture capitalist is exiting, you tell that. Whether the debut gains which the IPO is making is because the private equity and the venture capitalist is exiting, tell that. But no one's tell that because you are asked not to tell that. And people do not knew this about, so they really don't care. But at the end of the day, what happened is the bust. But our investment banking desk is tracking each and everything very carefully. And we understand these things in the minutest detail. And guys, remember that few corporations who flaunt billions of dollars of valuation, they are still not profitable even after listing in US. And as you know. So next time, when you invest in any IPO, just ask a simple question from yourself whether this IPO is primary offering or secondary offering. Whether a private equity or a venture capitalist is exiting or not. Just ask simple questions. You will get to know what I wanted to convey. This is Rahul from Treasury Consulting. You know our WhatsApp 9818485155. Treasury Consulting Investment Banking Desk already launched the basic series. More series are coming and we understand these things minutely. So Hindi media, this IPO subscribed 150 times. Treasury Consulting will say this IPO subscribed 150 times because private equity and venture capitalist is quitting. Henceforth, debut gains will come. Understood? You tell only first part of the story to the public. We tell the other part of the story to the public. This is Rahul from Treasury Consulting. You know our WhatsApp 9818485155. Have a great time ahead.